Hello friends, today I am going to discuss the topic prefix sum. Before moving on the topic, let me first discuss the problem with you that the prefix summary sum is solved efficiently. Sorry for mistakenly I have put here B and it will be sum. Okay, so the problem is like we are given an array, like let's say if we have array 1 6 4 2 5 3. So this is the array that we are given, and also we are given q query. Okay, and for each query you are given a interval from a to b in the range of 0 to size of the array that we are given, size of the array that we are given. Okay, so for each query what I have to do, for each query we have to calculate the sum of each element starting from a and to b. Let's say if the a is 3 and b is 4, then we have to a is let me take some big interval. So I am taking a as 1 and b as 4. So if a is 1 and b is 4, then for this query we have to calculate the sum of all the element starting from index 4 to 4, starting from index 1 to 4. So let's say if I just index the array, then the indexing would be I am just doing one based indexing, and you can have a zero based indexing as well. Okay, so let's say at index 1 we are having the element 1, and at index 2 we are having an element in the array 6, and at index 3 we are having an element 4, and at index we are having an element 2. So the sum of all these elements would be the answer of this particular question. Okay, so the answer would be 13 in this for this particular query. Okay, so if we discuss the problem approach, then this problem can be solved easily in order of O of n into q. Like for each query you have just traversed the whole interval from a to b and find out the sum of each element. And as we have already told you that in the problem statement that this range would be can be from 0 to size of array that we are given, and that can be and the size of array can be given as n. Okay, so for each query, and we have to iterate through all the element in the range a to b. Okay, so and in the worst case the range would be of the size of n, and we can also have the n queries. So for each query you have to iterate through all the element of this range. So we can see that the time complexity of this particular approach would be O of n square. Okay, so let's say if we are given the constant like n is less than equal to 10 to the power 5. Okay, in this case if you write your algorithm in O of n square, then it will take almost 10 to the power 10 operations. So this will not going to accept a. Okay, so to solve this problem efficiently, we will be using the prefix array sum. So that's when the prefix array sum comes in the picture. So let me just write the array again. 1 6 4 2 5 3. So for this array, if I calculate the prefix array, let's say we have prefix array prefix array p, and pi will indicate that the sum of all element starting from 0 to starting from 0 to index I. Okay, so if I just calculate the prefix subarray sum for this particular example, so our prefix subarray sum would be look like 1, 7, 11, 13, 18 and 21. So this would be our prefix subarray sum, that is I am giving the name as P. Okay, so we can see that now our problem was we have q query, and for each query we have to find the sum of all the element in the given range A and B. So let's say if I want to find the sum of all the element in the given range, then if we can find the sum of all the element starting from 0 to A, and sum of all the element from starting from 0 to B, and if I just let's say the sum of all element starting from 0 to A is S1, and sum of all the element starting from 0 to B, that is S2. So the sum of all the element starting from A and ending at B, that would be nothing but S2 minus S1. Okay, so this would be the answer of our this particular query. And so in this we can see that we have already calculated the prefix subarray sum which will give us the sum of element starting from 0 to A in O of 1 time complexity, and as well as we can also get the sum of element starting from 0 to B in O of 1 time complexity. So let's say in the last page we took A as 1 and B as 4. Okay, so I need to find the sum of all the element in the interval from 1 to 4. So let's say if we can find out the sum of first 0 to 1 element till index 0, we have the prefix sum array as 0, and at index 4 you can see that our prefix array is storing 13. So if you want to calculate the sum of all the element between this range, then just subtract these two elements and you will get your answer 13. Okay, let me just take another interval that is not starting from the first index. I am taking just another interval. Okay, so let's say if we have query, and that is ranging from interval 2 to 3. Okay, so we have just find the element that is started from 0 to index 2, but we have to include 2 in this query. Then you have to take the element from 0 to 1, the one less just one index before the starting index. So let's say in this we have started from index 2, and let's say I am taking this as 4. Okay, so at index 2 we can see that at index we can see that we have to start from 2 and we have to go till 4. So to find out the sum of this subarray, then you have to take the prefix array till index 1 and prefix array till index 4. So prefix array till 4 we have calculated as 13, and prefix subarray till index 1 we have already calculated as 1. So if I just subtract the 13 minus 1, then this will get our answer of this given query. So in this case we can see that for each query we can solve for each query we can calculate the answer, we can calculate our answer in O1. So the time complexity is boils down to O of n plus q, and n is for calculating the prefix array. Okay, and q is for solving each query. Okay, so in the previous case we have the solution of O of n q, and with the help of prefix sum we can solve this question in O of n plus q, which is nothing but it is a linear time complexity. Okay, so if we have given the n is less than equal to 10 to the power 5, then we can easily solve this problem in O of linear time complexity. Okay, that is all about the prefix subarray sum of 1D array, and the this prefix topic is also be applicable to the 2D array. So that I will be discussing in another video. And so let me just stop from there. If you want to have a look on some more theory concept, then you can just have a look on the website of usacode.guide.com. Okay, so so you can just have a look onto that website. They have just written a blog on that, and explain all this thing in that very much detail. And they are also given a 3 to 5 problem, and that you can have a try from your side, and to get the more comfortable with the prefix summary sum. Okay, so now that, thank you.